Hello and welcome to my Wings of Liberty ladder games. This is a very special game for me because it is my 1000th random win against this player who's a silver with a portrait that I do not recognize. Yes, so I finally ground all the way up to 1000 wins. It's going to be Terran versus Protoss, which in my opinion is one of the best matchups out there. It's not one that I am particularly good at, but I find it being interesting because it follows a very, I say, distinct strategic flow, because it's like Terran at the beginning, they have to hold off the Protoss, or actually at the beginning they can put on pressure or they can fast expand, and then later on they have to hold off the Protoss by trashing to buy some time, and later on at the very end where Ghosts and Vikings are deployed, that's when Terran is at its strongest against Protoss. I would argue even in the hands of equally skilled players, depending on where you are in terms of the ladder rankings, Terran might actually be stronger than Protoss, just because you can blanket the mini MPs. Now, you did see in the loading screen that I am indeed a bronze, and that is because I ranked bronze in Heart of the Swarm. I actually did that because I want to be bronze and proud. Proud to be shitty at the shitty game. Trust me, I tried putting in some effort, it doesn't work. Oh, there's a probe. I think I used to like putting the SCV... Yep, he's gonna be a turd. Okay, there's a rotation. If he chases me there, nope. Whatever. Whatever. That's why I like to put this closer to my base, because I don't want to deal with this shit. So players that do this, I don't know if that means they're good. I don't think it actually means anything. Also, it's been forever since I did a live commentary, and that's because it's been forever since I played this game. And he is being quite the turd over here with this. Just gonna do that again. Just gonna swap out.
What's going on? Bad news?
This prick actually delayed my thing. And he is doing something intelligent as far as I can tell.
SCV ready. Go ahead. In the rear.
Core down.
Armed and ready.
Get rid of that shit. Let's take a look at scouting. In terms of scouting, he has pylon, no bob. That's the important piece of information.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, let's see what's over here. Got that going on, which is, in my opinion, is okay. He's not getting a bob, so the chances of garbage is pretty low. Here's the core. Chrono energy is high. He's spending it on Stalker. That's an interesting choice because it shows that he wants to put on some pressure, but without the bob, it's very hard to actually put on pressure. Okay, the depot is halfway done. Against Protoss, I like to get gas first, but sometimes like right now I'm experimenting and going through barracks gas. So it's sort of a cross between gas, and the reason that I get barracks before I get gas faster in Protoss is because it gets the missile man, which is good against all sorts of trash.
What's going on?
And missile man really needs gas, so that's why I've been getting that. Okay, let's see, that's a stalker. This guy actually looks like a lot stronger than your usual, shitty players. Okay, so 520. I think this is actually a really bad position for me to be in, and that's because I don't have gas. I don't know if he's making an expand or not. Guessing that's going on that. Waiting for this to be done. See, in an actual game against a purely competent, like a real competent player, I will have lost by now, because like I don't know the status of this expansion. It looks like he's got the expansion. Definitely, I mean, he's doing everything well. He's putting down this. He's putting on the pressure. He's expanding, and he's not doing some kind of garbage. So that's all I can say about him. He's playing well, like someone that's, I would say, remind me of the old game. the old days, my best StarCraft days. It also reminds me when my casting was a lot better because I was used to playing and talking at the same time. I guess it's also partly that... Oh, he lost the Stalker there. What this also shows me is that he has a lot of units out, which is not really good for him teching. His Colossus is probably delayed if he's going for Colossus, or what else other tech he's going. Supply blocks, so we should probably fix that. Like, I'm not exactly worried about putting a response out for Colossus, because my drop is going to hit at around 10 minutes, probably 11 because I'm a little bit delayed. And his Colossus attack is going to show up at 12, and at that point I can pump out some Vikings, so I can have some kind of response if his Colossus shows up. So that's why I'm spending all these energy on mules instead. Doesn't mean I'm not scared. You can see my Marauder production is up to, I think, 4 at this point. It's 3. Yeah, it's 3. It's not 4 yet. So I am trying to get back into the mode of, you know, evaluating the trash with my trash scouter. What does the scouter say about the trash level? And reacting according to that. It's not just a blind, like, I'm gonna build shit, even though it looks like it. And that's sort of one of the problems I have with, I guess, Blizzard's statement that, you know, the beginning part of the game is very boring. Sure, you can't really cast it, you can't really explain much of what's going on, but there is a lot going on. There's no doubt about that. It's just, like, as an average player, you don't really get that, because I feel like even up to gold, you don't really think that. You just have one build that you've tried, that's stood your test of time, and that's what you feel comfortable with. So you go ahead and do that, and then, you know, win some games or lose some games, and for most people that's good enough. But for people that are trying to climb higher, you kind of want to, well, at least people playing at this level, Diamond, which is what I used to be. Okay, so what do we want now? We want this and we want that. We want double that. I'm actually going to put down a second starport because the preemptive starports are good counter to Colossi, and holy shit. Oh my god. This guy actually knows what he's doing. That's there's a huge amount of ground. Actually, you know what? I've never really seen that before. It's a lot of stalkers, which makes me question his ability to play this game. I mean, a lot of stalkers, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just, it's very, very vulnerable to mass missile man. I think I actually need to use a supply drop there. And also the large amount of stalkers means he's not going to be able to, you know, power off his tech. And also has slow at this point. He got blink, which actually makes me reevaluate everything I said about him. Because he's going for blink garbage, and that's not something that I like. It's not something that I respect in a player. I don't know how they make it work in the pro games. Have you guys heard of the swarm with the mothership core? You can blink it up, and you can just like trash with it. But I feel like this guy's not really up to that standards. In the wings, I just feel blink stalkers just get completely annihilated by like missile man spam. Oh, he just lost his sentries, which he spent so much on. You know, I actually feel pretty confident in here. I'm going to wait for one more round of Missile Man, and I'm going to take an expand, and I am going to attack him, because he's got nothing but stalkers. The amount of stalkers you have on the map makes me think that he has no tech. I will not have Colossi and shit. I thought I put down a second starport. Oh, I put a second factory for some fucking reason. Yeah, he's got mostly stalkers.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
I am preemptively declaring my victory, but this push is probably going to end it. If not, severely cripple his ability to play. He's got the bobs, that's good. Like, this guy is playing a lot better than what I normally would expect. But he's still getting... Like, he's doing the blink garbage, but this is still guys with guns. I put the guys with guns up front to tank all the stalker hits. I'm going to try and eliminate as many stalkers as I can. And at this point, it's like, he's got no... Like, yeah, he withstand this attack, but he lost so many gas-expensive units that I don't think it matters. I'm also on 3 bases, and unless he's hiding a base, I'm going to be ahead economically. I'm going to be ahead in terms of, I guess, unit composition, because he lost all his gas units, and that's a really big deal for Protoss. Okay, that's up to 17 workers. 3 gas, saturation is good, upgrades are halfway done. I'm not gonna try and line up my attack with the upgrades. I feel like it's sort of a waste at this point. Right now what I want to do is attack him while he's weak. If you think about Terran and Protoss, Terran in small numbers is good. Protoss really wants to have that support behind it, whether that be Colossus or High Templar. They want support and they want a high number of like tanking units up front, and that's what makes Protoss strong against Terran. And I'm not gonna give him that chance, so I'm gonna attack right now. Looks like all he has are bobs, so all I can do is assuming this is enough. I mean, this is not, he's not making his build too dependent on force fields, and I can't really blame him for this, for using force fields. I mean, at this point, you just do whatever you can, right? Probably should have stemmed to get rid of the probes, but he's going to lose his base, he's going to lose his double forge. Should probably go for the base first. And as you can see, I really should not have won this game because of how much resources I'm building up, but you know what, it's whatever, right? Let's see what these have here. He doesn't have enough sentries to force field for ages. So you know what? I'm gonna secure my win first by doing this. So since like he basically wasted all his gas again on sentries, which in my opinion I don't really support. Sentries are a thing that's more finicky to me than High Templar, just because like you mess up one force field and your army is worthless. Whereas with High Templar, you're like, oh, I whiffed one storm, but that still dealt some damage. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stem these guys. I'm gonna run up here, and it's got a fake Colossus. It's good. I don't really care about it at this point. Wait, is that a real Colossus? Oh, that's a real Colossus. Alright, let's get rid of it. Should be able to get rid of it. Can't believe he repelled my attack again. I definitely gave him not enough credit for this. Now, the problem with him is he can't really reliably produce Colossus off of one base, but I'm still getting the Vikings because really, what else can I do at this point? I guess I can work on my saturation. I can take another expand because I think my main is kind of running out. And I can add another layer of tech because eventually I'll need it. I mean, he spent a lot of gas on sentries, he spent a lot of gas on the stalkers he lost at the beginning, and he's down to a lot of bobs. That's going to make it really hard for him to build anything other than bobs, and ghosts are really good against bobs, both in EMPs and I guess he left. Alright, now it's time for the achievements. The portrait, the hybrid portrait. Finally got it, after a lot of grinding. No? There we go. It's a glorious day. And remember, a diamond in any other league is still diamond.